Continuing on with example 2. The ratio of boys to girls on a soccer team is 8 to 7. What is the ratio of boys to all players on the soccer team? So this time we are given a ratio, and we need to figure out a different ratio from that ratio. So, hang on. We have to keep the ratio in the correct order. This is something really important. The same order that is given in the problem, in this case, boys to all players on the soccer team. The ratio is already written out in words right above this sentence. Boys to all players. Boys to total. So, we know how many boys there are, but we need to figure out how many players there are in total. There are 8 boys and 7 girls. 8 plus 7 is 15 players in total. Therefore, the ratio of boys to all players is 8 to the total 8 to 15, which we can write 3 different ways. But the most common way, at least that I have seen, to write ratios is using the colon. So get used to seeing the colon as a way to write ratios. 8 to 15 is the ratio of boys to all players. Example 3. Compare the number of stars to the number of circles. If the ratio remains the same, how many stars will there be if you have 14 circles? So here we are creating our own ratio again. So how many stars are there? Well, and we're going to write this as a fraction this time. How many stars are there? There are 10 stars. How many circles? There are 4 circles. We're going to simplify that ratio. 10 to 4 is the same as 5 to 2. There are 5 stars for every 2 circles. We can't simplify that any farther because we don't have another common factor. So the equivalent ratio if there are 14 circles. Well, we know that there are 5 stars for every 2 circles, so let's put 2 circles as our denominator. Now we're doing equivalent fractions. We know this. How do we go from 2 to 14? We multiply it by 7. And what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So we're going to multiply the top by 7 as well. How many stars are there? 35, because 5 times 7 is 35. If we have 14 circles, then we will have 35 stars.